I'm late, but only by minutes, so chill. No one, like, Blue's gonna shit on me. Welcome everyone. Anyone that's here already, 2 seconds in. Let me change things, put on some music. Let's see, shuffle. Alright, it's a chill time today. Chill-ish. Oh, dang, I forgot. That's better. You guys can see me now. It's the karaoke girl. It is. I love karaoke. You know. It's my favorite thing to do. If I could, I would be a professional singer. But then, you know, no one wants to look at me except for Blue, so thank you for that. Watch me. I have one fan. That doesn't pay me anything, so it doesn't pay the bills, that's for sure. Anyways, I want to start by doing my intro. Not really doing my intro because I don't want to waste your time. I'm just going to say, if you guys want to buy my book, it's pretty good. What is this Autobot thing? Sorry, I was just going to put my thing first. Let's see. Kinda Blue recommends it. Well, he didn't recommend it, but he's into it. He said he likes it so far. And that's good for me. That makes me happy. And I've been getting, I'm going to say I'm very grateful because people have been reading my book at book clubs and fucking like sending it to me on my Instagram is crazy. Let me show you. This is like something, this is crazy. I feel it's like surreal when like you put something creative out there, because I've been putting creative stuff out there for like a couple years already, and no one says peep. I mean, people will resonate with some of my stuff, like on YouTube contents and YouTube comments and stuff. Oh my God, this is so hard. I'm trying to press my thing. It's not working. Maybe it's because of the thing. What? What was I saying? YouTube comments, people have been very sweet about like my creative work, but like this is like a book, and I don't know, people have really resonated with it, because at first, this is a funny story, this girl sends me a video, straight up, doesn't say anything, just sends me a video. I'm so used to getting dick pics, like, I'm scared, right? But I'm checking out her page first, because I'm like, well, if he's a creepy guy, whatever. But she didn't look creepy, you know, I looked at her profile, she didn't look creepy. So, like, you know, on Instagram, they don't, if you press on the video, it's blurred at first, and it'll blur a little less, so that you see the video. And then, anyways, my husband does it for me, because I can't look at it. But here it is. She sends me this. I don't know if you guys can see it because of the light, but like this is her Christmas party with her book club, and her last book was my book, and there's like 5 books on the counter. It's crazy. There's like, she sends this to me, meaning that she found me on Instagram and like staged my books and fucking like put it up, because that's cool. That's crazy. I feel so blessed, because I mean, I don't know this girl, you know, she's not doing it for me. I'm just so grateful. I don't know how people are finding it. People must really resonate with it. And then I got my first fan mail the other day too. Almost, I think it was the same day. Fuck, this is coming in all at once. But like, it was a fan. She said that she's read 47 books this year, and that by far was her favorite book. And Bloodlust was her favorite book. And that like sometimes like months later, she's read it months ago. I remember I was launching and she got it from a marketing ploy that I did, and it was in like August or July or something. Anyways, it's still in her head. She says Hessa is her favorite character, and Bloodlust is her favorite world. I think that I'm not paraphrasing. I think that was the words she said, but that's exciting. It's crazy that my book is like having a life of its own. I don't know. It feels very surreal. It feels like something I'm not used to. I'm used to doing things and being productive and like, you know, getting results, but not worldly results. And on something so creative and intimate to me, it makes me feel a lot of pressure. It's beautiful, and I'm grateful, and also pressure. So there's 2 things that's going on. I need to like see that this is like, the book has a life of its own at this point, and like my next work will be what it is. It's not going to be the same thing, you know. And I always want to change. I'm not the type to want to write the same thing over and over. I love new material, and I need new stimulation. That's a huge thing for me. So anyways, it'll be different, and I don't know if it'll be as well received as this book, and that's okay. You know, like, I need to remember that like just because they really enjoyed it doesn't mean that I have to always be on, you know, because the performer me wants to just always be on at this point. And then there's another part of me that also doesn't know how to take good feedback. You know, like I don't know if you're all like this. I know Blue might be like this. Blue, you're a wonderful man. I think you're so swell. Like, you're so nice. You're kind of a dick for a Canadian, actually, but you're actually so cool, and I'm so grateful that you're in my life. And oh my God, so hot. What was I saying? Can you take that compliment well? It like bothers me when people compliment me on things. So like, I want to work on that too. Those are two things I want to work on. Anyways, sorry, I'm going to read the comments now. Kind of Blue was messaging like after one thing after another. It says, yo, need more eyes check. Oh no, that is definitely a Autobot detected it's expired and didn't post, which is good because it was a bot. Let's see, Kind of Blue says, I didn't pay for karaoke or book. I genuinely enjoyed the book so far. She's a super fan. Ew, stop. Why? See, I told you you don't enjoy it either when you get complimented. And I know that's like something we probably both would work better on, but it's okay if it's not something that's your priority. But it's definitely a priority to me because people have been really, yes, she's a super fan, been really sweet to me and like really loving the book. And honestly, I mean, I'm a big believer in it's not about me anymore. The book is on its own. And like, if the book resonates with you, it moves you, it does something for you. Whether it turns you on or makes you laugh or makes you like mad or makes you feel love and it makes you like want to grow. It like, that's what I wanted from the book. And like, anyways, if it helps you, my big thing about my content is that if it's not helping you, then don't pay attention to it because that's not really content at that point is for you, you know? The receiver. Anyways, I'm squirming. I know, I squirmed too when you were telling me you genuinely enjoy the book so far. Like, I don't know, when you started, are you like one of those, like, do you read fast? Because I read quite slow, so it takes me a little bit of time. But if I'm into a book, I'll like read it until even through the night, and I'm like, I can only stay up like at most 2 hours more. And sometimes I'll wake up in the middle of the night just thinking about the book I'm reading. So then it'll help me soothe me back to sleep. Started yesterday on page 142. Hey, is that because you're a fast reader or because you genuinely liked it so much that you're here and that you read 142 pages? And I also wanted to ask, when I karaoke or live stream, does it take you away from my book? All right, I'm done. I'm happy. I'm grateful. Thank you guys for being here and like chilling with me today. Let's see. I'm not a super fast reader, but I have good reading stamina. Okay, what's good reading stamina? Meaning that you'll stay with a book for hours? Because I can stay with a book for hours. I read as fast as I talk, and sometimes I read slower than me talking. Like in my head, I have to read slowly. I don't know why. Maybe it's a dyslexic thing. I don't know. Or yeah. Anyways. I'm happy today, even though I'm sick. I don't know if I'm happy, but I was sick and yeah. And I've been writing my book. I wanted to say something about my writing, but I forgot because I'm sick. I'm still tired. Not really, actually. I've been having good sleep. I'm getting better about rest. Things have been good. I was listening to Calm It Down, which is a podcast that I use to like help me calm down. It helps me like stay. I use it after I drop off my kid, after all of the anxiety has, released and whatever. It helps me release my anxiety, to be honest. He has a very calm voice, has a very calm pace, very slow and steady, very chill guy. And he was talking about boundaries around help. And I thought that was an awesome concept. So then a big thing for me, because I'm so independent, I really don't like to be helped. I don't like when people give me advice unless I personally ask for it. My daughter doesn't like it either. She's very independent. She's a chip off the old block. And I appreciate it, but I also want to give her advice. So I've been on that end where I will want to insist on giving her advice. But she's so independent that she wants to do it the hard way. And I just have to reframe. Or as a parent, what you can do, or to anybody, if you see that someone might need help, you could just ask them if they want help or they want us to just be present. Like those two are the options, right? It's like, do you want me to just be here with you? Or do you want me to like assist you? Yes. So then you give them back autonomy and you give them back the power to choose. And then they don't get frustrated either. So there's like a lot of communication issues there. If you just ask one question, you can see if they want your help or not. because I don't think I should force my help on her. I think it's a big thing that if you force help on them, one, you're doing it because you want to help, because it's a part of your identity, which I get because I've done that several times. And I think, like, it's not about them. It's if they don't want your help and you're making it about you, then you're already losing, because if you want to be helpful and they want you to stop helping, then the best way to be helpful is to not help them. You know what I'm saying? If that makes sense. And then 2, on the flip side, if you have someone like a kid that always wants your help, like that doesn't really want to do anything, and they don't have to be a kid, they can be an adult that's like using and abusing you, or they can be an adult that like believes they can't do anything, maybe a part of you needs to step back and see that you're becoming an enabler instead of a helper. There's like that part too. I'll segue into this other thing about help. Back from being the helper, yes, okay, sorry. I've got a whole mess of things in my head. I was going to say another thing is that sometimes you need boundaries on your helpingness, because again, it's sometimes my identity to help all the time. And so I'll help even more when I'm like empty. And I need boundaries to be like, okay, I can help this much as a friend. I can help this much as a mom. I can help this much as a wife. I can help this much as a family member. I cannot do everything, and I need boundaries on myself too, so I can be clear about like how much I can give, because I need to help myself too. I don't help myself enough. I've been doing better. I'm just tripping. I need to give myself more credit for my therapy journey. I'm doing all right, I'm done. Let's see. Oh my God, she busted me. I showed up late to karaoke because I wanted to finish the chapter I was reading. I knew it. See, I entertain you in so many ways. You have to choose now. That's so good. What chapter are you on? Oh, I can't talk to you about it though, because if I talk to you about it, I might tell you stuff. I'm kind of like Tom Holland. Tom Holland. Oh, he's such a cutie. I like have the biggest crush on him. Zendaya's so lucky to be marrying him. Anyways, he can't keep a secret for Adam, and I feel like I'd be the same. Chapter 25. Yeah. And don't worry, I don't even know what chapter that is or what that means to you, because I can't. And luckily, I don't remember the book as well anymore, which is a good thing, because and I'm moving on to the new book. I'm excited. I'm on chapter 13 or 14 of writing my book. And it's just structure at this point, which it gives me anxiety, because okay, I went through a loop this morning. God, lots of emotional intelligence here. But there was a lot of pressure this morning, and I was thinking, I've been dealing with pressure this whole week, and workaholism, and I have been losing the battle to workaholism. And what was it? I was talking to ChatGPT, and I was saying, how do you like deal with pressure? Why is pressure there? Like, what is that? And apparently pressure has this thing about closure. Pressure loves to close things. It loves to finish things. And I feel that. Doesn't it feel so good? It's like you have this anxiety when things are open, uncertainty, the ground beneath you is shifting. That's how I feel all the time. But then if you close it, it's like that relief. And I went down this rabbit hole, super tangent, but I went down this rabbit hole of watching like plastic surgeries and like people addicted to plastic surgery and like how messed up their faces, but they can't see it or whatever. Not an easy thing. And you know how you just get clickbait into something, but it's icky and you shouldn't watch it, but you watch it anyways? It was like that. And then it's kind of the same thing. They feel happy. They feel like a release after they get that plastic surgery. And then after a while, they feel like this anxiety, this icky feeling, this has to be this impulse, to like go back and get it more fixed. And I feel the same way about my writing. It's like, it's not finished yet. And it bothers me. And I'm like, but it's going to take forever. How can I expect it to be ever finished? It's a part of the process to write, to have uncertainty, but it's so hard for me. I cannot. Hyper vase, yes, auntie, hi, as you say. And I was gonna say, I'm pretty hyper right now. I don't know, I have a lot of surprising energy. I'm writing the structure and the bones of my book, and I'm excited about it, but I'm also like, there's no flavor yet, there's no like good conversations, like witty banter, which I love. It's a huge part of who I am, and I want it in my book, but like right now it's just like structural shit, and I'm just like, fuck. is it gonna happen? You know, that uncertainty. I don't know why I'm so uncertain all the time. Kind of blue. Maybe it's because I hang out with people like kind of blue who always makes me feel more uncertain about myself and my talent. Just kidding. He was actually quite supportive today when he was telling me he was reading my book. Kind of blue says, speaking of plastic surgery, I read an article about Mar-a-Lago face. I don't know Mar-a-Lago face, and I'm going to look it up now. What is Mar-a-Lago face? Make a beauty. Oh, here. Why did I Google it? I need a, let me try ChatGPT. What is this? While it loads. Mar-a-Lago face is an informal pop culture term used to describe a specific cosmetic aesthetic, often associated with wealthy older social circles, particularly those seen around Mar-a-Lago. Oh, okay. Mar-a-Lago, and similar elite environments. It's what it generally means. It refers to a look characterized by overfilled facial features, especially cheeks and lips. Now I have to see pictures. Ooh. Their lips are all messed. And you know what? I never done filler. Wow. Oh my. Even, what's her face? Trump's daughter has a little bit of the look. It's like their lips are so full, very full. I don't like filler. I feel like it's too much of a gamble. I'm not wealthy enough to like pay for like the cream of the crop people. So I'm too cheap to pay for the cream of the crop people. Cheating on and ChatGPT with Google. Google doesn't, ChatGPT don't mind, all right? ChatGPT welcomes the person. If anything, it's a threesome between me, ChatGPT, and Google. I see. Taut, shiny skin from overuse of filler and Botox or lifts. I've done Botox twice, I'm not gonna lie, and I wouldn't be not inclined to do it again, but like, I'm trying my best to also accept my aging process and be okay with the fact that I'm now a webcam woman and not a webcam girl, and it's okay, you know, like, and people should hopefully be here because of not my beauty, and I'm not also defined by my beauty. Oh my god, which is so false, because I obviously don't believe that. I'm trying to unlearn this huge thing that like women all learn as they grow up. Girls learn. I think on my journal app I use this thing. I've never, like years ago, I hated affirmations. I felt like affirmations are stupid. It doesn't make any sense. My subconscious is over it, doesn't believe it, da 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 da. And then like recently I was like, oh, affirmations can be, if you come from a place of curiosity, then it's not like you're pushing yourself to believe this new thing. It's just like, this is just a statement. This is just a thought. How, like, it could be real, could not be real. Doesn't matter, you know? But like, does this affect me in a bad way? Anyways, or does it affect me in a good way? So then the comments, my first journaling prompts are like, I am worthy whether I'm bloated or a little chubbier or if I ate badly that day. That's like a big thing for me because I have obviously some like fat phobia issues. Did you ask it if cheating is okay? He doesn't fucking care. Chill. He, like, sometimes I'm yelling at him and he's so polite about it. Like, polite back. I'm not yelling whenever I have fights with anyone or anything, including the robot. I'm very, polite. I just feel like it's just, like, more effective to be polite, get your point across, etc., etc. But, like, anyways, he's not gonna fucking care. Blue, chill. Anyway, I never asked you guys, as you say, or Blue, how was your day? How was your week? What are you guys grateful for? Because I already just talked about how I'm grateful for my fans. Except for the ones that pressure me into writing more and give me more pressure. I have internal pressure already. You give me external pressure. Thank you for that. I give you a book that entertains you and moves you. You give me internal pressure, more external pressure. Thank you. Let's see. I had a whole list of things. It's pouring rain and very windy. Is that what you're grateful for? Like the rain? I thought it would be snowing. Isn't it snowing out there? Nowadays, they are brushy. They're essential. I cannot. My friend was telling me that she thought bidets were, her family thinks bidets are bougie. I'm gonna tell you, bidets are not bougie. Just because it's not American doesn't mean that you should not have a bidet. I feel like it's a life changer. If anyone, I can take a shit anywhere. I can tell you this right now. I can take a shit in the public bathroom. I can take a shit in the library bathroom. I can take a shit like next to someone who's sitting in another stall. I could take a shit, but I don't know. I've never tried this, but if like another person and I was in a third world country taking shit, like they were taking shit outside, you know, because they have to or whatever, and then I saw that they were everyone's taking shit outside and it's socially okay, then I think I could be able to do it if things were like in that position. But now that I have a bidet, I would prefer to be at home. I straight up say it. I prefer to be at home because it cleans my butthole. I never have that itchy feeling. You know, you don't have to like wiping your butt when it's dry is just not like a great feeling. And I would never say it's a bougie thing. It could be a very common thing in most households. I don't know. It doesn't have to be French. It could be in Japan. It could be anywhere. I feel like you should not knock it before you try it. This is not the finer things in life. This is like essential things. I'm back on the bidets. Let's see. Kind of Blue says, usually warm today. Unusually warm. Do you like that it's warm? Is that what you're grateful for? Kind of Blue says they are bougie, but I heard once you try them, you can never go back. The queen can no longer poop just anywhere. I'm not a queen. If I said I could poop anywhere and like next to a stall of someone who's pooping, that doesn't sound queen-like, all right? It sounds like a very humble person who's doing humble things, okay? And they are not bougie. I completely disagree with you, Blue, and you should try one before you shit on it. Do you ever tried a squat toilet? Ooh, yeah, because I've been to Vietnam and I've been to Thailand, and they do have them sometimes. Yes, I have. I actually like the idea that I kind of like the idea. I mean, you're rarely on the toilet. It makes you not want to be like chilling on the toilet, you know? The fact that, and also it's better for your bowel movements to be squatting. So it seems like the very natural stance. I feel like Asian people were doing it right before, like, you know, the standard toilet is not doing us justice. That's why I have one of the squatty potties. You guys I highly recommend a squatty potty as well. Bowel movements, very important to me. As you can tell, I think I spent like 10 minutes talking about bowel movements and the necessary tools to get you where you need to go. Let's see. I think I finished that with my butt. Good. I just assumed so many things. Oh, I had a thing about being pretty. Blue, I don't know. As you say, I don't know if you guys can relate to this, but this is like social nuances of things I picked up at a wedding I was at. You guys know from my Discord, I was at a wedding. Yes. And obviously I'm kind of an attractive Asian person. So like, it's interesting to see people react to me because of how I look versus how I am or who I am, you know? And it's interesting. So then I hate being pretty. I'm not saying that I hate being pretty. I'm just saying that there's nuance to it. And yes, it's kind of nice. Sometimes I can't lie that I use my attractiveness to my advantage. I'm not going to lie. That's a thing. And I'm not going to like be upset about it either. You know, take advantages of your opportunities is a big thing for me. You know, squash the glow. No, fuck that. That's fucked up to say. I was going to say, I was speaking of myself, champ. You beautiful, Blue. Actually, you're not an unattractive man. I'll give you that. But still, stupid. What was I saying? Fuck, I cannot remember. Oh, it's interesting when the way men interact with me. Like, they just see me kind of like it's fucked up. As a sex thing. Okay, so like, let's say, I was standing in line just trying to get a drink, because, you know, I gotta get my drink on. Free drink. What are you gonna do? I'm a bridesmaid. I'm stressed out. Let me just get my drink on. I'm standing in line. There's two people behind me. They're older white couple, actually, right? So I'm standing in line. This is me, and this is them. And then, like, there's something going on in front of me, and then the white guy, he comes up to me, and he's, like, trying to talk to me about it, and I just laugh, and then I just kind of try to, like, not make conversation. I don't want to talk to you. But he stands, and then all of a sudden he stands like this, And then his wife behind, I could hear them talking. The wife comes up to him and is like, you just like cut me off. And he was like, what? No, I didn't. And then she was like, you left me behind you. And then he was like, oh, I didn't even notice. And I was like, this is so uncomfortable. But it's funny. It's interesting how people, you know, react or act around me. And then I'm conversing with a groomsman. This happened like all night long, basically. It was like I was conversing with a groomsman because we're in the same party or whatever. And then he was like, I have a wife. And I was like, I have a husband. Like, I'm not hitting up on you. I don't know why you would assume that, kind of. And then, because we're in the same party, I'm not just talking to you. I wouldn't talk to strangers just to talk to strangers. I know better, you know? And then I remember this other guy, we're on the dance floor. We're all drunk and we're on the dance floor. This guy bumps his ass into me and I'm avoiding him. I like move away. And then this other guy comes and rescues me. And I'm like, I don't appreciate, oh shit. It's mid-promotion time, but after. I don't appreciate the guy bumping into me for sure. But I also don't appreciate the other guy saving me. Like, I don't need to be saved. And also, would you save like someone you're not attracted to? Like, I know what you're doing. It's like fake nice, you know? It's not real nice. You're only doing it because you want to also look like you're kind of manipulating the situation. You want to look like he's the bad guy. You're the savior. You know, ask me if I'll be emotionally safe with you. Like, I was like, bro, this is like retarded. And I just, anyways, yeah. I was having a night, that's for sure. Yes. And women too, like this one girl went up to me and she kept on talking about how pretty I was and how she wants to be my friend. And then her brother was like, yeah, anyways, I didn't appreciate that either because it just felt like she just wanted to be my friend because of what I look like as opposed to who I am, you know? Anyways, I'm glad I already have the friends I have. And usually I just have mom friends that don't care what I look like because they're real people. It's just an interesting wedding. Blue says, I never know if people are taking me seriously. I know when they're looking at the outside is so beautiful, they don't look on the inside, you know? Kind of Blue, you feel me, you know? I wonder if I would do that to you. I'm going to bump my ass up to you, you know, just to, yeah, I don't know. Nah, I would never do that. Kind of Blue says, what was your drink of choice? I think I ended up drinking a lot of whiskey that night and chasing with Coke because I don't actually believe in wasting my calories on a Coke and rum or Coke and whiskey. I drink a ton of my whiskey and then have a little Coke. That's my drink of choice. And then, spoiler, those two guys on the dance floor were working as a team. Maybe, I mean, they could be. I don't think so. I don't know if they knew each other. Yeah, it happened all night long. It was so annoying. It was like, I was talking to this guy. He was playing violin. He was performing for the wedding. And he's very professional. And he had like a lot of creativity, a lot of passion. I could feel it. Like I see it in his performance that he really cared about his work. And then, so I was talking to him about it on the dance floor, just talking because I'm a creative. And then this guy who knows him comes up to him and he's like, you know, she's married, right? And I was like, and then we had to start like de-escalating. We had to be like, oh, like this isn't what you thought it was. And he was like, I didn't think it was like that. And then it's like, we couldn't even talk and have a connection which we were having, you know, together. Yeah, it's so annoying. I digress. Yes, sometimes it is hard to be pretty. It's hard to manage other people's expectations, projections, etc. When you look like something, you know. They have their own assumptions about you, and it's hard. And it's always sex-based, which is also really hard. I can't wait until I'm like pretty and old and people don't want to bang me as much anymore, and then I can just have regular conversations and not have to worry about them thinking I'm just hanging on them or other people thinking I'm hanging on them. All right. Anyways, that was fun. Wear a paper bag with eye holes cut out. Yeah, maybe. I mean, I was a bridesmaid, so I probably couldn't do that. But yeah, next time, definitely. Or, you know, I could just maybe not wear makeup to these weddings. I don't know. That usually helps me look a little bit more invisible. That's helpful. Let's see. I don't know. Mine that he told his friends that I'm married. I do have a ring on. Oh, I think I already talked about this. Oh, I did talk about this. The violinist is cool. I'm like making a bunch of friends. I just feel so aligned with my work because my work is about being entertaining. And then when I'm trying to be professional or I'm trying to entertain or be social, it's easy to be like, oh, this is my work. and they're like intrigued because I'm already very entertaining, it's all very helpful. It all culminates together, if that's the word. I already talked about the dick pic girl. I feel like the last part intrigued my story, and I'm grateful how I can listen to herself. Oh, I wanted to talk about ChatGPT, but I don't know if I have this right here somewhere. I don't remember where it is. Oh my goodness. I think I have to pull it up. You have to bear with me. Oh yes, it's mid-promotion time anyways, which means I'm just gonna say that if you'd like to read my book, it's a romance fantasy novel about a nymph and a vampire. Blue seems to enjoy it. If you want to join the ARC early reader list or join the mailing list down right there, and people like me, if you can review my book, Blue, I'm talking to you, if you review my book, that'd be amazing. Yeah, this is what happens when you are disorganized. I don't care though. Let me see. ChatGPT writes my book. How much does that affect the environment? Some of my fans do not like it. I remember, yes. I have a fan. She's great. She's a great person. I enjoy spending time with her and talking to her and, getting feedback. And she does not like AI for lots of reasons. There's loss of jobs. It takes a lot of water, I guess, and like plastic to like give you these answers. I didn't know that. And then I didn't know what to say to her at the time. And then now I'm kind of, it gave me some perspective, because people have lots of things, like AI is controversial. I get that. But I could not make my book without AI. I write really poorly. What I'm good at is making banter. I'm good at emotional resonance. I'm good at reading the room, like embodying different characters, because I understand how people would work, or in my vision, how that specific person, what kind of personality traits they have, how they might work, what would affect them in a type of way to make them change, whatever. I know how to do all of that, but I don't know how to write, all right? I don't have big words. I use things, I am just like Trump, I don't pretend I have big words like Trump. Trump has more words than me. I was going to say that I couldn't do it without it, and I'm okay with that, okay? I wanted to just say this one part here, and maybe I'll leave it on my Instagram, because I don't want people to shit on me for this. Like, if you enjoyed my book, great. If you don't want to read it because it doesn't align with your values, I think it's important that you do that. I don't want you to come at me and yell at me. I support you in your, not supporting my book because it comes from ChatGPT. I'm okay with that. Just don't come up to me and tell me how bad, it is for the environment, because it's like, okay, Here. Using ChatGPT to help write a book has a very small environmental impact, especially compared to most everyday digital and physical activities involved in publishing, marketing, and reading books. It is not environmentally significant in the way critics often imply. What people are reacting to, fans who object, usually conflate several things. Large AI model training, very energy intensive, happens rarely. Everyday usage, much lighter, ongoing. Broader distrust of AI replacing human creativity, a value issue, not an environmental one. Most critics mixes these together inaccurately. Let's see. I remember it saying things like, I don't remember. ChatGPT said that if I didn't use ChatGPT, doing research on my own actually it could be more environmentally unfriendly, because watching YouTube content just to accumulate knowledge so that you can write your book or whatever, and all these other things actually would be more not as effective as using ChatGPT. So there's that. But also, even if it was a little impactful, everything you make is going to have some kind of environmental impact on the world. And my thing is so small. I'm not Amazon, I'm not Walmart, I'm not Target, chill, people. I feel like it's easy to judge everything, either good or bad, but not in response to how significant they actually are. I'm not significant. My book is not significant. Not significant enough for people to criticize it or care that much, I feel. I don't know. What's my thing? Let's see. Baby steps. it's cold in Quebec, isn't it? As you say, 43. Dude, with Billy, as you say with Billy, that's true though. I feel like I'm getting dumb because I totally rely on ChatGPT these days. Do you think you're dumb though? I feel like I'm smarter because of ChatGPT. I'm not using it to like, what is this? I do put it in, I put my book structure into ChatGPT, and I still have to read it, and I still have to be critical of how the book is going. So I feel like I'm not being stupider, or I don't know. How do you feel more dumb, as you say? I want to know, because I feel like I ask it so many questions, and I get so many good, like so much good information that I feel like I'm smarter. But I'm always asking it like lots of questions because I'm very curious. I have a very curious mind. Anyways, I don't think it's making me stupider. I feel like I do rely on it all the time, but to give me more information, to give me accurate information, to give me nuanced information, you know? I don't know, as you'd say, you tell me. But anyways, I just wanted to say that I was grateful that this fan brought it up. It gave me the opportunity to think about what I can say in case someone tries to tell me it's bad, and I'll be like, that might be your journey to like figuring out what's good and what's bad, but I'm not here to convince you of anything. I'll put it out in like Discord and on IG, like I'm disclosing that I'm a ChatGPT writer, and ChatGPT is actually the environmental impact is not that much, and it helps me be creative. It's still my voice, but you know, it's just better. It's just my voice, but better. Yeah, and it's okay if you decide that you're not interested in it because it's not aligned with your values. I'm okay with that. Just don't come to me and tell me about it, because it's not my problem. You know, that's like, it's like yelling at me because you decided you want to stop eating meat, and I'm trying to serve you meat. It's like, just say no, you know, or whatever. Move on, I guess. As you say, says, I used to take decisions on my own before using it. Now I can't even think anything. So ultimately I have to come back to ChatGPT. That's so funny. Thank you so much for that information and that like feedback. That was hilarious. I thought it was so funny. Okay. I agree. Sometimes I ask ChatGPT to make my decisions for me, but maybe I feel like there's certain things you definitely do need to learn to do on your own, but I feel like I too also use ChatGPT to make my decisions for me. They make good decisions though, don't you think? Like when it comes to marketing, I think if you ask the right questions, it's okay to lean on ChatGPT. So then I remember I was doing marketing stuff, and I was doing like small potato stuff. And then one day I was like, what's the most impactful thing I could do with the least amount of work? And then I was like, there you go. That's the money maker. That's what I need to work on. You know, like we need to ask good questions. What do you think, Blue? Blue's not having it. What is this? I don't get all these emojis. Whatever, it's fine. You do you. What is next? Oh, I remember. This is a thing about love and rejection and ego, I guess. I was going to say that I used to believe it was like you were on top, you would be the winner of like say a breakup, or like say you were in an interaction, someone's hitting up on you and you reject them, you're the winner, right? And they're the loser. Or say you break up and like whoever is still hung up is the loser and the person moved on is the winner. I was thinking about all of that recently, and I was like, I want to be the loser. I want to be the person that's a little more hung up. I want to be the person who got rejected. I want to be the person who tried. In my head, I don't think it's losers anymore. If you think about it in a non-egotistical way, and you don't think of it of how people see you, you can think of it like I got to love the most out of this relationship. I got to love so much. I got to feel. I got to be alive more than the other person. Even if I am in more pain as we break up or whatever, I won. I feel like that's how I want to think of it moving forward whenever I'm in any kind of relationship. Even because I'm thinking about I had a cousin that I really loved, but I think she didn't love me as much as I loved her. Whatever. She broke up with me. And I was so crushed, and I felt like it was the saddest thing. And I was shocked that she didn't love me as much as I loved her. Or this is what I think, whatever. I don't know if she actually believes this, or maybe she did love me a lot. I don't know. But like, I'm really grateful that I got to love her so much. I don't care that she didn't love me. I feel like I still won, you know? I don't care that she didn't love me as much as I loved her. I got so much out of that relationship. I got so much connections. I felt so comfortable when I went to family events because of her, because of that time together. And if I want, I feel like that's a win. I don't fucking care if I lost in the end. I don't care if she broke up me. I care that I got mine. To me, I got mine. Okay, kind of loose this. Society is doomed. Why is society doomed? Because of ChatGPT? I feel like ChatGPT has helped me become a better person and helped me with my coping skills. Well, like, I use it to be validated sometimes. I need someone to hear me. A lot of people have a hard time hearing the pain I go through. As a mom with a neurodivergent kid, it's really hard to find the right people. Even people, other moms that are my friends, I have a hard time talking to them because they don't know what I need either. Like, ChatGPT, I feel like, can be a very resourceful place. I think it depends on how you use ChatGPT. If you're not using it in a maladaptive way, right? Don't use it to become your best friend, your significant other, your lover, you know? Use it to grow so that you connect with human beings, so that you can self-actualize. Shit like that, you know? Then you're doing fine. Society's not doomed. What do you think, as you say? It's not doomed. I mean, we might all die from global warming anyways, so it doesn't matter that we have AI. Does it really matter? Am I on for longer? No, 45 minutes, 15 minutes. I'm sorry, I'm counting down. I'm sick. I want to go karaoke after. If, as you say, wants to join us, no pressure. Ask ChatGPT for a synonym for maladaptive. Why can't I use the same word? See, this is exactly why I don't write. I only write the way I write. Right. I even told ChatGPT recently that I'm going to say the same, like, word over, and you have to catch those things, and you have to think of a different word or a different phrase to say the same thing, because I can't think of another word. See, this is why I need ChatGPT. It's called the proofs for the writing. I do the skeleton and the emotional underlying stuff and whatever, and he does the proofs, and I do the dialogue. Banter is a huge thing for me, so yeah. What are you gonna do, man? Let's see. Done with the loving thing. Let's see. It's not fucked to think that it's actually emotionally intelligent. What do you think? What am I saying? Meaning making malicious guys on her to attack them. Oh. I have narcissistic family members, and one of them yelled at me once because they said that I make up theories too much. Like, I don't have factual shit. I just make up theories. And then I used to be really offended and a little taken back, oh, maybe I should stop with these theories. I didn't realize that, I didn't know that it was bad or whatever. And then I thought about it recently because of my family. I'm I'm pruning the tree. I'm cutting off a lot of people in my life. And I realized that they have a problem with me seeing them. They have a problem with me being able to detect the patterns in their behavior. They don't like that because they're narcissistic, and they don't want, and then they're confusing me by making me feel like my system of observing is the fucked up thing, not the fact that they have bad behaviors. And it's interesting because I also say things like, I'm not trying to shit on them for being narcissistic. I feel like it's not your fault you have narcissistic tendencies. You got them from your parents, who got them from their parents, who got them from their parents, etc., etc., etc. Or whatever trauma that happened to you, that's why you're narcissistic. And then it's okay to see these patterns, because if you're aware of them, or, because what you're doing is saying, I don't like these particular behaviors you have. And it's probably because you have this, this potential diagnosis. I'm not your therapist, and I cannot tell you that for sure. But it's something that you might want to look into, because I don't appreciate these kinds of behaviors that you have. But it's okay, because now I don't talk to that person anymore. And it don't matter, I guess, that they don't like that I have pattern recognition. And I'm going to embrace that. And I'm going to accept me for who I am. I like that I can see things. I like that I can be aware of my own shit. I like that I can be aware of other people's shit. It's helpful for me. And if you don't like that, you don't have to be a part of my life. It's a big thing for me these days. I don't care who you are. You could be my mom. You could be my dad. You could be anyone distant from me. Not my child. You'll always be a part of my life if you want me in your life. But like, everyone else, I don't care. I'm going to do me. And if you don't like that, then you don't have to be a part of my life. That's the biggest thing. It's so easy. Life can be so easy. Life can be so hard too, but if you have like the right kind of like mentality where you're like, I'll cut you off, not in like super toxic way. I'll try to make it work with you. I have lots of friends and family members that I can still like spend time with, but like, and they've been a part of my life forever, but I've decided that I'm not going to be a part of everyone's life. And, you know, that's okay with me. Damn, look, because I'm wearing black, you can't see my hands. It's like they're gone. Anyways. Kind of Blue says, hopefully ChatGPT never breaks up with you. That'd be so sad if it did. Making up theories is how human beings process information. I agree. I mean, why else? I mean, you make up theories, but like, you get more information and then you visit that theory and see if it's accurate still. You know, things change and that's okay. But also, if you're still acting a certain way, then how can I still not believe the theories that I've made up about you? You know? Anyways, I'm glad they're not a part of my life anymore. It's sad. It's interesting. I feel like when I broke up with a lot of my family members, I felt betrayal, sadness, loneliness, abandonment, etc. But I also, now that I've like grown and like moved on and like made room for other more positive people in my life, I feel happier. I feel less scared. I feel less stressed out. I feel more safe. I haven't felt safe in a long time when I'm with them. I didn't even realize that until I got rid of them. So something to consider if you're deciding maybe you need a break from family member or friends that are not serving you anymore. Yeah, it's okay, I guess. That's what I'm saying. Kind of Blue. Yeah, I don't know why I'm saying that. Oh my god, I had at the party, I was talking to this girl who was like obsessed with like beauty, whatever, my beauty, because then she wanted to be my friend, and she kept on talking about how like her brother is like not very attractive, that he's kind of lame, and I was like, and I actually knew her brother in high school, because it's a very small world. The 626 is a very small world. And if you're kind of connected, like you might see people at weddings that you like haven't seen in forever. Like I was friends with someone that's friends with someone, and they were invited to the wedding. And I was like, what are you doing here? It was really cute. And they're like, what are you doing here? And I was like, I'm a fucking bridesmaid. What the fuck are you doing here? It was fun to see that. I was so glad that they were invited, and that my friends know other people that know my other friends. I guess I'm trying to say, she kept on saying her brother was lame and a nerd and like not cool and like ugly. And I was just like, I remember him after I came home, because he went to UCSD, which is my college, and he also went to my high school. And I was like, I can't not know this guy. And I thought about it because, anyways, he had a very common name, so I didn't know who she was talking about, and she couldn't find a picture of him. And I eventually was like, oh, it's this guy. I remember this guy. And I was like, he's a cute guy. I feel like he's sweet. He was helpful. He and I used to study together all the time. And like, we were always stressing out about school. And it was cute, you know, like that's what nerds do. And we were nerdy. And I don't know. I thought it was interesting how people can hate on people because they're not cool. I don't like that. I didn't like that she would do that to her brother or think that. But then I thought about her stance, and I was like, maybe she's just really insecure, and that like she thinks it's like cool people will be accepted, or cool people will be, you know, safer or whatever. And I was like, oh, maybe that's why she's the way she is. Like, I want to give her grace too, and from a distance, because then she wants to be my friend, right? So then I think recently I was on I on Instagram with her, and if you guys ever need this line to get you out of something, you should tell people. What did I say at the end? We were having a conversation, and at the end I said on Instagram, because she followed me, at the end I said, I hope our paths cross again. Because that sounds so nice. When you say it like that, it sounds like you want to see them again, but it also sounds like you're not going to make a point to see them again, right? Because they can't be like, well, they can be like, but it's insinuating that you are not going to make plans with them, that you're not going to be like, hey, let's meet up this weekend, da da da. It just says, I would be happy to see you again if it happened. And I like that saying. I think I'll always use it whenever I don't want to see people. Let's see. 626 drama is why I come here. Kind of blue. 626 drama is why I come here. Kind of blue. You're from Canada, and like you're probably like, this is stupid, like reality Asian, crazy rich Asian show. So stupid. Kind of blue says, sounds like she is trying to lift herself up by pushing her brother down. Exactly. Win-win situation. What saying that our lives are whatever, I hope our paths cross again, as a win-win situation, right? And it does sound like she was insecure. That's what it sounds like to me. I'm not gonna say she was wrong either, because you know, you have these maladaptive beliefs because of probably, you know, passed down generational trauma or whatever. It's not really, and maybe she's not self-aware enough to realize like it's harmful or that it doesn't like bode well, or I don't know, it depends on the person. Some people really enjoy that kind of talk, but I'm not gonna shit on her for, you know, being her. You know, she's on her own journey, and this is where she's at in her journey. But I'm not gonna be friends with her either, because I don't want to be friends with anyone like that. Moving on. What time is it? It's almost time. 3 more minutes, you guys. Tell me how much you love me, and how you're gonna miss me, and how I'm not gonna be here for the next 2. I might be here. I haven't decided, to be honest. I might come back to these next few weeks, the next 2 weeks. My kid's on winter break. If I'm tired, if I'm sick, if I want to spend time with her, I'm going to do that instead. Oh, I think this next Friday I'm going on a cruise to Ensenada, so I won't see you guys anyways. Yep, I'm not going to be here next Friday for sure, because I'm on a cruise. Wish me luck. I'm going with my daughter. But the next week I might be here. Wait a minute. Just kidding. Wait, is that right? Yes, the 2nd I might be here. No, I won't. I'm not going to be here either. I'm definitely not going to be here. I have a play date that time. So I'm not going to see you for 2 whole weeks. I hope you guys have a good Christmas and New Year's. And I hope you guys are like prioritizing your mental health and your relationship with yourself. And I hope you guys, I love you guys so much. And I can't wait to see you guys in 2026. New me. Just kidding. This is going to be the same me. Billy will be at home. Oh yeah, someone needs to take care of Billy. Thank you for that, boo. God bless you for reminding me. What am I gonna do? Billy, huh? How long are we gone for? Best cat mom ever. We're gone for 4 days, from the 26th to the 29th. I could feed him on those 2 days, but on Saturday and Sunday, he's kind of screwed. What are we gonna do? If you don't see Billy in 2026, you know why. Relax, guys. There's always dry food. I'm just talking about wet food, because he's really big on his wet food. We give him wet food daily, but it will not be able to. We'll see. Number 1 cat mom. Whatever. I know my priorities, and it's not Billy. He knows where he stands in the family ladder. All right, you guys. Say bye to me. I love you guys so much. I will enjoy the peace and quiet. Fuck you, Blue. Yes, you said that already. Girl, I hope our paths cross again. How do you do that? I love you, Blue. All right, guys. I will see you guys next year. Happy holidays. Bye. See, ending. Okay. Bye.